during this period of time was for the Israelites. This scripture during this time is for us. It's for the 2017 people. Those who are living right now, 2017. We are chosen. We should be concerned about how Jesus feels when we mess up, because we are chosen. It's time out for trying to live our lives the way we want to live our lives. It's not about us anymore. It never was about us, but at some point in time, years and years ago, we could just about do whatever we wanted to. But it's time out for that kind of living now. It's time out trying to live your life the way you want to live your life. My life belongs to God and your life belongs to God. It's time out for doing the same old thing and getting the same old results. We are chosen. Moses was chosen. He led the Israelites out of Egypt. He was doing good, but he got angry one day and he hit the rock when the people complained that they didn't have water. They complained and said, Moses, you brought us out here to die. We don't have food to eat. We don't have anything to drink. You brought us out here to die. He hit the rock and he said, I give you water. Moses messed up because Moses did not have the power to give anybody water. He took credit for something that God did. He messed up. Moses made God so angry that God told him that he could look at the promised land from afar. He took him up and he said, you can look at the promised land from afar, but you cannot go into the promised land. He said, you are not permitted to enter into the promised land because Moses, you messed up. You are chosen, you were chosen, but you messed up because you got a little ahead of yourself. You started acting like you thought you could do something, but you couldn't do nothing. It was all about God all the time. It was all about the power of God. It was about God being able to make water come out of a rock. But Moses said, I give you water. And Moses messed up. Then we look at David. David messed up too. He saw Bathsheba bathing one day and he said, I got to have her. She is mighty looking, she mighty good looking. I got to have her. She looked good to me. She looked good to my eyes. And he knew that Bathsheba was married at the time. She was married to Uriah. And David said, but I got to have her. And then when David impregnated Bathsheba, then he said, well, now she is pregnant and I want Uriah to think that it's his child. So he tried to make sure that Uriah got drunk and was with Bathsheba, but it didn't work that way. So then he said, I got to come up with another plan. David was chosen, but he messed up. He messed up. He was a chosen man of God, but he messed up. So then when he got Uriah to go out on the battlefield, he set him up. Set him up to be killed because he wanted who? Bathsheba. Because he wanted Bathsheba. She looked good to him. She was pregnant with his child and he wanted Bathsheba. But look at God. God did not even suffer the child to live. Look at God. Look at God. Look at God, y'all. You are chosen. That's the point today, that you are chosen. And you can't do anything and everything that you want to do. You can't be like the man out in the street. You cannot be like the ones that don't know God and the pardon of their sins. You are chosen, so therefore you are set aside from this world. Amen, amen, amen. So after Uriah died, then Bathsheba had the baby a while after that. But God did not allow the child to live. David was a man after God's own heart. But God did not allow his first son to live. David wanted to build the Ark of the Covenant. But God said, no, I'm not going to allow you to build the Ark of the Covenant. But I'm going to take your second born son Samuel, and Samuel is going to build the Ark of the Covenant.
Yes.
David was chosen, but David messed up.
Yes.
God still loved him and used him. He was God's chosen. So Isaiah gives the word today saying, remember ye not the former things, neither consider the things of old. He goes on to say that God will do a new thing. Now the challenge to us today is, in order for God to do a new thing in us, we got to give up some stuff. Now let me say that again. The challenge to us today, in order for God to do a new thing in us, we got to give up some stuff. If we refuse to give up our old habits and our old ways, in order for God to do a new thing, we got to give it up. But if we refuse to give up our old habits and our old ways, there is no way that God can do a new thing in us. Now let me say that again. If we refuse to give up our old habits and our old ways, there is no way that God can do a new thing in us. We have to make a change. We always say that a change is going to come. But what about us changing? What about us changing? What about us taking down some things and stop doing some things? What about us changing? We got to let go of the things that separate us from God. Don't let the devil fool you and make you think that you can stay out of God's will.